Why would anyone who hates running be interested in trying to run a marathon? Well, this is basically what this video is about. I'm here to make a trash video because you can only make good videos when you make the trash ones, and I am sick and tired of not actually getting the work done, so I want to start doing that now. And so, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my YouTube, and I'm doing everything I'm not supposed to do so that I know that I don't have to worry myself on over quality and end up doing procrastination via perfection so that this video doesn't get out. Water break. Someone in that water. Anyway, so I'm planning to run a marathon for the first time this year. Last year, I ran 2 half marathons. I ran 1 half marathon the year before that on a whim. And both of those times, or rather all 3 of those times, I was woefully unprepared. So I decided at the beginning of this year that what happens if I decide to actually prepare for something like this? And you might ask, why would anybody want to run a marathon? Why should you even care in the first place? It's because of this. Running a marathon, yes, it's good to have for bragging rights. Like for some people, that is the bare minimum, most easily accessible or simple idea that comes to mind. But I'm running for a different reason. The reason why I'm running is because I want to exercise a muscle that I have been educated on being the one that is actually going to be the responsible for my success. And that muscle is agency. And to me, I'm currently defining agency as the ability to decide for yourself the goal you want to pursue, and I frame it as the game you want to play, and then play it and win. So, in order to exercise this agency muscle, I decided, what's a fairly challenging task that's going to test me and force me to become a person that I wasn't before. Some will say that's corny or cringy, but it's whatever. The rationale is simple. If you don't have something that's worth pushing against, that you determine to be worth pushing against, you're not going to actually make the effort. And that's the beauty of something like this. Within the past 2 months, I have actually been able to improve certain aspects of my life I previously really did not give a damn about. I'm talking about mobility, stretching. I'm talking about my cardio and, endurance. Talk about my diet. And even to a certain extent, not a good extent, sleep. None of these things are perfect, but I've begun to pay more attention to them and take them a bit more seriously because of the reason that they are within a project, within a quest that allows me to pay attention to them without having to devote or disperse my attention, everywhere at the same time. And having a quest, having that thing that you are looking forward to and that you can gamify so that you can actually enjoy the process of trying to play and win. I think that's something that a lot of people are missing. And for that reason, I think it is worth trying something like this because it's going to be very difficult, it's going to be very challenging, but at the same time, it's also going to be very fulfilling. And even in the little moments I have experienced while running in the preparation, the level of acceleration, the dopamine you get after you've done something difficult that you told yourself that you wanted to do, there's very little to compare to it, especially, you know, compared to the dopamine you might get from scrolling on your phone. And it's going to actually take up enough space that it can push some of your bad habits out of the way as well. As well as, like I said, getting you to focus on things that you may have previously thought you wanted to focus on, but they very quickly fell to the wayside because we both know that you started and then it just wasn't worth it anymore. But because you now have something to pursue, something to work towards, you now have the quest, then you can actually make progress in the right direction. For that reason, I was actually able to create a whole table on Notion, a template that I built with ChatGPT that's allowed me to track my progress and, like I said, for all intents and purposes, gamify my prep for this marathon and make it more interesting. Because if you're not having fun, then what's the point? So yeah, currently we're about to get into the ninth week actually of preparation for this. And so I need to buckle up because there's more work to do. But the good news is that by mentioning to people online that I'm doing this thing, I have been internally motivated or externally motivated to actually work harder on it than if I were to just say it to myself previously. And not everybody can relate to that, but it is something that I think if it works for you, it can really work for you. Yeah, so wish me luck if you want to, or wish my downfall, whichever one is fine with me. And hopefully you can find your quest. See you next video.